Welcome back to Senior Connections. I'm Kevin Skipper. If you heard some of those commercials on TV that this is not your father's car, I won't name the brand. Well, if you haven't been to an assisted living facility in 30 years, or maybe you went with your grandparents, well, this is not your father's assisted living facilities anymore. They're amazing. Joining me today to talk about one of my favorite here in Columbia is Janet Altman. She's Director of Sales for HarborChase of Columbia, and welcome to the program.
Good to be here.
It's not your father's assisted living facility anymore. They're amazing. How beautiful they are, how nice staff they are. Tell us why they call assisted living today a community when our parents may have called it a facility.
Well, DHEC calls us a facility. Our license says community residential care facility. So it's hard to get away from the word facility entirely, but in reality, we are a community. Relational, beautiful hotel-like setting, lots of amenities and services. It's just a community. We have neighbors in our community.
And a lot of staff with big hearts, I found.
Right, and that's another word we don't use at HarborChase is the word staff. May I just speak on, Kevin?
Good.
All right.
Yeah.
We call them associates.
Associates,
because in so many ways they are a part of the team, and staff sounds like sort of a hierarchy.
That's great.
But our associates serve our residents at HarborChase.
What about some history of HarborChase, about where it's at and some of the history of HarborChase?
We are conveniently located off of I-26 in the Harbison area of Columbia. And we've been there, I think, about 16 years. We've been under the ownership of a group called Harbor Retirement Associates for the last 6 years. But we're 48 studio apartments right beside a little lake there in the Harbison area. And we have assisted living and memory care in our community. So
to tell you a little bit of my story with HarborChase, my mom, I was referred to HarborChase. I've got several friends whose parents are there. A couple clients of mine are there. And they said, this is where you should be. So I take my mom there. It was one of the most difficult nights of my life. Mom got to the room. She saw herself in the mirror on the back of the door, and she didn't realize it was her.
Right.
Then she opened the door and nobody's there. And she did it 2 or 3 times, and my heart was just breaking. But the staff that you have there, I should say the team, the associates I got corrected, are just awesome. Positive attitudes. We got you, Miss Becky. We'll take care of you. You need some ice cream. It was just really a pleasant experience to be at HarborChase. And so what questions should someone be asking you if they were interviewing and looking for a community of assisted living for their parents?
It's really important to see firsthand what the community looks like, smells like, feels like. We encourage a visit. Non-committal, come take a look, have lunch.
The children or the children and parents, or it depends?
Sometimes it depends. It's a case-by-case situation. Sometimes mom and dad are not even ready to consider a move from their home. We're fine, we don't need to go anywhere. But the children say they're missing medications, they're missing meals, they're not going out anymore, they're becoming socially withdrawn, they're not safe driving, we need to do something. So oftentimes the children do come, the adult children, but sometimes you have those people who say, yeah, I had that fall last month, scared me. Just bruised myself, but I don't want that to happen again. I want to be where someone's with me 24/7, and they're more open to the idea of an assisted living community.
Explain to our viewers the difference between a dementia area and assisted living, because my mom had to do both at HarborChase, but some who've never been there may not know the difference.
Right. We have 13 of our 48 apartments designated as a memory care area. Folks there have more cognitive decline than those who are not in memory care. They need a lot more redirection. They need more reassurance throughout the day that it's okay, we're here, it's fine, your daughter will be back. They need more help with bathing and dressing. They need just more attention, more simple programming where they can engage in something that's not demanding, doesn't make them feel awkward or embarrassed. And a lot of people in memory care have aphasia. They've lost the ability to find the right words, and they struggle to have those conversations that you and I have easily. How are you today? I'm fine. Isn't it a beautiful day outside? And when someone's struggling to find the words and to understand what's being said to them, it's better for them to be in a smaller, more secured area where those things are not issues, and those can be handled by the associates in a more personal way.
Now, one last question that people will ask is, how do we pay for your services? Do we Medicare, long-term care insurance? How would I pay for the services at HarborChase?
Medicare does not pay for assisted living anywhere.
Right.
It's not part of what Medicare does. We have private pay. We are private pay. Most people bring their parents' assets. They sell the house. They have savings, CD, investments. Some people have long-term care insurance. They might have bought a policy back in the 80s or the 90s, and now they're going to use that policy. Typically, a long-term care insurance policy will pay about $100 a day, more or less, and that's a wonderful thing when you have to move to assisted living to have that long-term care policy. There are also some VA benefits, a VA pension with aid and attendance for the veterans or surviving spouses of a veteran. So there are some things out there.
Janet, glad to have you today on the program, and thanks for taking good care of my mom. It was a pleasant experience, and I hope that you, the numbers on the screen, give them a call at HarborChase and set up a tour, because I think you'll find it a very special place for your parents as well. Do you get nervous when you go to the doctor? When we come back, Janet Holliday is going to join us with a guest who will help calm the nerves as you go to the doctor. And as we go to a break, keep in mind that these folks make our show possible. Hope that you'll give our sponsors a call as well. I'm Kevin Skipper. You're listening to Senior Connections. We'll be right back.